Hey guys, it's TheCardists and welcome back. In today's deck wall, I'm going to be releasing the two tally-hos. Now, these are not identical, they're actually a little bit different, but I've always wanted to do one. Now, I thought, I've got actually 10% of my audience are females, so I thought, why not review a bit of a pink deck as well? So I'm reviewing the tally-ho pink, so there you go girls, enjoy. Or boys, up to you really. As you can see, I'm going to be doing the black tally-ho fan back. Now, these are both fan back decks. Now the black one is actually, it's a linen finish, same as the pink reverse. It's printed by USPCC and it was made in 2011, the black one. Then you've got the pink one as well. Now the pink one, this deck is actually by Alloy Studios, and they made this deck, and they have made another deck as well after this, and it's like another series, but this one is basically represented by roses. And there's 6 decks in this, and they all have like a different colour for the type of rose. It's a same finish. It was printed in 2014 as well, and this colour is the pink, and it's basically a reverse back. So it's quite unique, and I thought, why not compare two different tally-hos, one that's just standard and one that's a reverse back, and I thought, why not show it? So let's have a look at the standard black edition first. Okay, so for the black edition, as you can see, it has tally-ho on the top, and it has linoid finish, and it has playing cards number 9, and you can see it has a very detailed, nice tuck case, very nice, outstanding. It looks kind of old, and I really like it. It has this nice theme to the top, as you can see, and you can see it has adultery on the top with a nice little patterns in the border going round. On the side, it has the United States Playing Card Company, and on the other side as well, it has the same finish and made in the USA. And then it has some corporate information just there saying tally-ho, poker 9, and just information about the US Playing Card Company. And then it has poker number 9 as well, and then you can see if you turn it the other way, it has the back design. You can see it has original fan back on there, but the original ones didn't actually ever have that. This is like, they've for some reason done that, and you can see it has a nice black border that goes around like a white, black there, and it has like a white border, and it has like a star effect that goes out, and it kind of like zooms in on certain parts, and you can see it's very nice, very detailed. There's a lot of magicians tend to use this deck because it's such a simple deck of cards. Even on the tab as well, you can see it just has some copyright information just there, and then you get straight on into the deck. But what is the reverse deck? It's practically the same, but there's a few changes. Okay, so with the reverse deck, now as you can see it has exactly the same, but it's quite, in my opinion, it looks like this needs to be bigger because it's just pink. It looks like it needs to be bigger, but it has tally-ho playing cards, and the pink, as you can see, is very pink. Now, obviously they've made it a little bit, they've got like white, and it has pink rose, tally-ho playing cards. So this is the pink rose, and on the other side as well, it has pink rose, tally-ho playing cards. On the bottom, it has Alloy Design Studios and tally-ho with poker 9 with the recycling logo just down there, and it has poker number 9 with a black USPC seal. Even when you pop the tab as well, I have noticed that they have not painted the inside pink, and I think that would have made a great asset to this deck, and I would have really liked that. But you can see the border on this is actually pink, so it's not white, and it's like a reverse. Obviously, you may, if you've seen the tally-ho deck, as I mentioned, it's just like a reverse colour. You can see it's pink as well in the main sections of it, and it's pink on the outlining. So this is a deck that I will definitely have to get for my mum or my girlfriend. It's just literally just such a cool deck of cards, worth getting. Slap my knee there for some reason, and that hurt. So let's have a look at the black fan back deck inside. Okay, so first off you receive the 2 jokers, and you can see it has tally-ho, joker, and you can see the jokers are having like a yellow kind of, it's just like an old circus joker, has its hat, it has a lasso, and it's like shouting. They would have been cool if they made a reveal. I like when there's reveals in decks, but it doesn't have that, but just very cool little jokers there. And then you just receive as well a little 2 things. You receive an advertisement card and a poker guide that you receive with the USBCC, and then you also receive a double backer. And a double backer is always useful for Magic. It doesn't tend to come in a lot of decks, but this one, it came in this one, so you get a nice little double backer. And you see the back design has a nice white border, not too thin, not too thick, and this one's quite off-centered, as you can see, I've got to admit, but really nice on the detail-wise. I like it. And then you get the Ace of Spades, and it has tally-ho, and it has a nice Ace of Spades there. You can see it has the nice number 9 with a spade, playing cards with the lines around it. It looks really unique. The artwork in that, I've got to say, is quite nice for the Ace of Spades. But then you get to the rest of the pips, and you see they have quite a sharp point to them. But you go the whole way through, and it's just basically a standard bicycle deck, just with a tally-ho back. And you can see Jack, Queen, King exactly the same, with the yellow, the red and the blue. Just standard royalty. There's nothing out there that really makes them stand out. And it's even with the hearts. even with the clubs and even with the diamonds. So all around it's just basically a very, very standard deck of cards, but I do really like it because the handling on this deck, I really would say it lasts such a long time, tally-hos, just like bicycles. But let's have a look at the pink reverse deck. Okay, so straight away when we get into the pink deck, you can see it has pink, love, and it gives you like a little quote. It's a romantic deck, this one. So basically, if any of your boys out there that like romantic, this is the deck for you guys. If you need a bit of tips, you know, what to get your other half, get in this deck. It's got a rose in it. What do you need? There you go. And it gets you a free pack of cards for your collection. Then we get on the other side as well, it has pink, and it just basically just gives you information, like a little, basically like a little quote. As well as sweetness, as prorate, as romance, just a bit of just an advertisement card. A bit useless for me, but for other people may not be. Then you get the back design itself, and you can see this deck does come with a blank card. It's always useful. It looks really, really cool, like a salmon pink colour. But you can see the back design has this nice pink border, obviously, nice and pink, and it has a pink on the inner side, but it's very off-centered, I've noticed. It's like more to one side than it is to the other, so that's a bit disappointing. When I ordered this pink deck for my personal self, I just thought I needed it to be centered because I wouldn't be the same without it. But you can see it's just a standard tally-ho, but just pink. You see the whole way through the faces as well. What I like is it's actually, for this one, you can see that it has the whites there, and you can see it continues even with, it has black for blacks and white for reds. Same idea with the Jokers, but instead of having the yellow trousers, they've done white, and it has Joker, exactly the same. There's not a lot to talk about there, but you can see they should have made the hat black as well, I would have said, because that's not a see-through hat. Then you have the Ace of Spades, and I don't know, they should have painted that black. White just doesn't pop. It has tally-ho, same Ace of Spades, number 9, made in the USA, but I think they should have printed this with a black ink just on the Ace of Spades. And then you get to the rest of the picture. You can see the blacks just look like a normal deck, and then you get to the royalty, and what the hell happened? What happened? It was going good, and then like their faces just disappeared. Like they don't have it does look quite unique, the colours, the way they've done it, but it's just like, why has he got that in his hand and it's colour, but his face and everything's just not? I think they should have actually done a bit more with their faces. It would have made it a little bit better for me. If you guys understand what I mean, just comment, tell me what you think below. Then you get the diamonds as well. You can see exactly the same, and the diamonds, they're all around just a pink deck. And you see the Jack, Queen, King are exactly the same, and even with the clubs and even with the hearts, you can see Jack, Queen, King. It's exactly the same with the salmon pink, and the hearts are white, and so are the diamonds. But let's have a look at the handling for the black deck. It's going to be basically the same, I think, but I'll quickly let's get on with the handling of this deck. So you can see, just doing a dribble, as I said, a dribble it's so easy with a dribbling, and it has no issue with the dribbling. And even just doing a spring, really, really nice with the spring. It's a very slippery stock, I've got to say, the tally-hos compared to bicycle, I've got to say, but it's just because of the finish, a different finish. But all around you can see it springs really nicely. And even just doing a spread with the deck, it looks really, really nice for spreading. I think that's really, really cool. Now the deck for me, appearance-wise, I think it looks really, really nice. That's why you see this deck quite a lot on cardistry videos. It stands out to them quite a lot. But you can see in the round, I've got to say that it's really, really nice for an all-round deck. It's not a lot of money either. I don't know why I keep saying as you can see, it's quite annoying. As your eyes are viewing, you can see the deck is absolutely stunning. Now I would just say that this deck does handle really well, just doing even a fan as well, and even just doing a giant fan. This deck is not bad actually. It's a deck that a lot of magicians would use, and so would I. Even just doing a giant fan with this deck is easy. I don't see why you'd have any issues with it at all. And even just doing a shuffle, and you can even do just like a double lift, and even a colour change, and there is no problems, I've got to say there. But I can say that this deck is a deck that you should get if you feel that this deck it has to basically stand out for you, this deck. The reason I say this is because it's such a deck with a design aspect to the back. I prefer it because I like the idea, but I'm not a big fan of the red deck. I just like the blue for some reason, but people prefer the red. But I prefer the blue for some reason. So it's more of a deck that you've got to dislike and like. I like it a lot. But then you've got the pink deck as well. Now, I can go into the handling, but it's exactly the same. So even if I just did a spring, you can see it just feels a lot more, I don't know how to describe it. It doesn't feel as good, I've got to say, because it's got a lot of ink. It's so slippery. and I'm not a big fan. I know it's a little bit different in its ways, but I just feel that it's just not as nice, and that is why I feel that the other, just a standard tally-ho, wins over any reverse ones, because it's not as expensive and it's not going to cost you a fortune. It's an all-round very nice deck of cards, I've got to say, and I know Andrew's got like a brick of them, but I just think this deck is worth picking up for sure. The reverse ones, yes, definitely think of picking them up, but I would say that they're not worth the money at all. But that's basically my deck haul. If you guys enjoyed this, comment down below what you thought and your opinion. Give me a quick like just down there if you enjoyed the video. Click subscribe just up there. Check out previous video just up there. That's it. I'll see you guys next one.